Hey guys, I'm Max and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm super excited to bring you out part one of a two-part series, pretty much all talking about or being pretty much underneath the umbrella of bulking and lean bulking. In this video specifically, we're going to be breaking down how to lift for mass, and honestly it's everyone's favorite part about bulking, and so without further ado, let's get right into it. So right before we do actually kind of break down and understand what movements that you should be performing in the gym and the two different types of movements that there actually are in the gym, I want to just let y'all know that I am 17 years old. I do not have a degree in, sports science or a strength and conditioning degree. I simply just know what I know from the research that I've done, and I really do and try to kind of gather my knowledge from credible guys, such as guys from YouTube like Jeff Nippard, and kind of reading up on stuff that I can get my hands on, like guys from a book titled Bigger, Leaner, and Stronger by a guy named Michael Matthews, I believe. And they're both very, very credible guys, and they both also pretty much preach their information that is all backed by data. It's backed by science. It's not just kind of hodgepodge crap that the fitness industry kind of throws out there now. So I just want to let y'all know that I also encourage y'all to do your own research. I encourage y'all to do y'all's own research, just so that way y'all can get a better understanding. If I don't do a good enough job explaining it, my hope is that y'all will go to one of those guys and kind of watch and see how they explain it, in hopes that you can maybe get a better understanding if I didn't explain it right. And heck, I mean, even go out and do some research on your own, so that way you can learn and you can develop these techniques on your own, rather than just kind of hearing it from quite frankly, a 17-year-old kid. But with that all being said, seriously, let's get right into it. So within the gym, you can perform one of two exercises. One, compound exercise, or two, an isolation exercise. So first off, let's go ahead and break down a compound exercise. So what exactly is a compound exercise, you may be asking? And essentially what it is just an exercise that engages multiple muscle groups, and typically it requires you to use multiple joints as well. So what's the big whoop about compound movements? I mean, why am I doing them in this season of bulking, and why should you be doing them in order to gain the most muscle? Well, I mean, honestly, most people know that the heavier weight that you can use and you can perform an exercise properly with, the greater results you're going to have. And using compound movements such as the bench press, the squat, the deadlift, these exercises allow you to use more weight because you're using multiple muscle groups, opposed to just an isolation exercise like a bicep curl. The reason why this is important is because the more weight you can use on an exercise, and the more weight that you can move appropriately, the more damage you're going to cause to your muscle. And the more damage you can do to your muscle, the more potential it has to grow back stronger and bigger. Plus, also with compound movements, it's very easy to continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger on. All you have to do is continually just add more weight to the barbell, and or just switch out the dumbbells that you're using for heavier ones. So when you first get to the gym, I would advise you that you should actually hit your compound movements first, because two reasons. One, that's when you're most strong, and two, that's when you have the most energy for your lifts. It doesn't make any sense to go out and fry your triceps and chest before you hit the bench press. And sometimes it's even good to follow up a compound exercise with another compound exercise. For example, what I like to do in the gym is I like to squat and then go into deadlifts. I think a perfect example of utilizing compound movements to your advantage is looking at football players. If you know anything about how football players lift and how they train specifically within the weight room, then you know that they lift heavy all the time. It's relatively low rep numbers with high weights, and they're all compound movements. One of my best friends is actually a football player. Well, he used to play, and he's a big dude. I mean, he can move some weight when he really wants to, and it's all just attributed to hitting those compound movements. Compound movements are more essential to building that muscle and that mass that you truly want, more than isolation. To me, isolation is more of a complementary to what you do with the compound movements. So generally, the sweet spot for building muscle on these compound movements is anywhere between 6 to 8 reps. Generally, I like to just do 6 reps within a set, and then I'll save that last set for a set of 8. So there's 4 total sets. My first 3 sets are sets of 6, and that last set is a set of 8. So now let's go ahead and figure out what the heck I mean when I talk about isolation movements. I kind of brought it up just a little bit before, but let's really dive down deep and figure out what the heck am I talking about when I refer to isolation movements or isolation exercises. I use movements and exercises, they're the same thing, I just interchange the words. So essentially what a isolation exercise or what an isolation exercise really is it just allows you to hit one specific muscle group. It usually just utilizes a one joint movement just so you can really focus in on that one key muscle group that you want to hit. There's a lot of different reasons as to why you should incorporate isolation exercises into your workout routine. Number one being it actually allows you to work on your weaknesses. For example, if you have smaller triceps and you want to go ahead and blow up your triceps, while you can do that with a compound movement as well, you can really isolate those triceps and you can isolate which head of the tricep you really want to increase size and strength on with different isolation exercises. You can also help combat imbalances, muscle imbalances, and pretty much what those are is one side of your muscle, let's say your right side, is bigger than your left or vice versa. What isolation movements allow you to do is to isolate that one specific side so that way you can quote unquote catch up to the other side. Another thing truly is you can burn your muscle out, meaning that let's say you're having a chest day, right? I personally throw in chest and triceps together mainly because they're all correlated with a pushing movement. So after my two compound movements that I perform personally in the gym, for a push day, a chest day, actually a chest and tricep day, I will then go into isolation for my chest. So after I'm done with the isolation with my chest, I actually go into isolation for my triceps. What this allows me to do is it allows me to kind of finish off, for lack of a better term, the work that I've done with the compound exercises. And as I stated before, isolation exercises allow you to target a specific head of a muscle. So for example, if I want to target the long head of my tricep, I can do so with a certain exercise. Or maybe your hamstrings are lacking compared to your thighs, right? So you can go and you can isolate your hamstrings by doing leg curls. Anyways guys, I really hope that this video helped out. If I missed anything or if there's anything that you really need clarification on, just shoot it down in the comments below. And look, I know I've been late on this video and I'm sorry, but look forward to part 2, pretty much just the nutritional aspect of weightlifting. Pretty much within the bulking season, that is. So yeah, tell me down below if I missed anything, what I can improve on, and pray for one another. You know, kind of throw down there some prayer requests, that way y'all can help one another out. I'll be responding to comments as well. So seriously, I hope that this helped y'all. Leave a like and subscribe, or turn on the little notification bell, wherever the heck it is. I know I just tripped over my words, but whatever. And seriously, I hope y'all have a good day. And just remember, if you woke up today, Christ still has a plan for you. So just keep on keeping on, and I hope y'all have a good day.